Hello everyone. It's Ian from Cromford Collector's Corner. I'm here today just to have a little bit of a chat with you about last night's Doctor Who. Obviously, this is kind of like a reboot of the series. And generally, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Probably quite a bit more than I expected. I wasn't really sure what to make of it. But I thought it was really cool. I thought the first episode, Space Babies, was quite funny. And there were a lot of parallels there, I thought, with Rose, with Russell Davies' first episode of the Christopher Eccleston era. I thought that was quite cool. But the second episode, The Devil's Cord, started to ring some bells for me. I have a theory. I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I thought it'd be fun to talk about it. And obviously this is probably not going to happen. It's probably completely bonkers on my part, but I'm sure I'm reading into things that are probably not there. But there were a few things that have led me to hope that what my all-time favourite Doctor Who villain might be returning. I'm probably wrong, but I would love it if this is the case. So there were just a couple of things. So my favourite all-time Doctor Who story is The Pyramids of Mars, which was a Tom Baker story in the mid-70s, and with Sarah Jane. If you don't know the story, stop what you're doing and go and watch it on iPlayer if you're in the UK. It's a 4-part story, and it is an absolute blinder and contains some of my all-time favourite Doctor Who lines. Things like, I bring Sutekh's gift of death to all mankind. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, right. So we've talked, haven't we, about, or Russell Davies has talked about this pantheon of gods. So to me, straight away, a pantheon of gods is tying into sort of Greek myth or Egyptian myth. So first off, that kind of rings a bell for me. The stuff with the salt in the second of the specials, when David Tennant's Doctor 14th put the salt down, that to me harked back to old magic, to kind of Greek and again Egyptian kind of magic. There were all sorts of strange ideas at the time. Spit on your clothes, or draw a line of salt around yourself to protect yourself from the evil eye. So straight away, that also started to ring some sort of distant bells with me. There were a couple of other things. In the original Pyramids of Mars, there is a moment where the Doctor takes Sarah Jane to where she's from, to 1980, to show her what would happen if they failed to act to stop Sutekh. And it is a total wasteland. And obviously that happened in The Devil's Cord. He took Ruby Sunday to our time and showed her what would happen if they didn't act. So that parallel was not lost on me. There was also a mention of the pit. Sideways mention. He said something about Earth falling into the pit. I don't know whether, again, I'm reading too much into this, but serious long-term fans of the show will know that Gabriel Wolfe, who knocks it out of the park with his voice as Sutekh back in the 70s Pyramids of Mars, and was brought back to play the Beast in the Satan Pit and the Impossible Planet, the David Tennant story. So there was the pit comment. Probably doesn't mean anything. The other thing that also interests me is the title of the final episode, which is called, and obviously spoilers, is called The Empire of Death. Now, to me, that sounds straight out of the 70s Doctor Who. Pyramids of Mars, Seeds of Doom, Empire of Death. These are the kind of like old school Doctor Who titles. I can't help but think that Russell Davies has kind of, we've dropped, maybe we're not going to go Daleks or Cybermen or the Master or any of that stuff. We're going to go these kind of weird, totally out there, god level villains, which may culminate in the return of Sutekh the Destroyer. I doubt very much that is going to happen, but I would love it if that was the case. And it would be so Russell Davies to kind of bring back, for me, he's like a brilliant villain that was only ever in it once, and at the end of the story, the Doctor sends him into the far future. I'm not sure if he sends him to the edge of the galaxy, but he certainly sends him into the far future through their time vortex. Lost forever. And it's never mentioned again. He's probably one of the most powerful of all the villains that have appeared in Doctor Who over the years. He can destroy planets with his mind. The only reason the Doctor is in any way comparable to him is that he is trapped and paralysed on Mars, as Sutekh is. So yeah, and there are just some things that I've thought, is this, are we gonna see Sutekh again? I hope so. But if not, it's also fine, because I really enjoyed last night. My faith is starting to be restored. Sure, it was totally mental, the singing and the dancing and the rain and the, wow, I mean, what is that? The Doctor looking at the camera. There's a lot of stuff going on here that I'm not sure that we are in the same world as we were before. I love the fact that they've reintroduced sort of sense of jeopardy for the Doctor. That's really important. I think it's become too powerful and too all-knowing. So I think by reintroducing this kind of, different kind of universe, I think that's really exciting. So bring it on, Chewie, bring it on, Millie Gibson, bring it on, Russell Davies, bring it on, Murray Gold. Amazing, Murray Gold, music, whoa, wow. Well done, guys. I genuinely hope this continues to be brilliant. And I hope everyone did like it. I'm very aware that Doctor Who is a very split opinion thing. There are going to be some people that hated it. There's going to be some people that loved it. Personally, as an old school fan, I'm like Tom Baker, onwards. I mean, I've watched, obviously, nearly everything that's been done over the years. But I'm kind of a Tom Baker era, horror movie pastiche. That is my era. And I would love it if we were to go back there. I think that would be really cool. If it's not that, then just bring him back anyway. Because Sutekh is like the best villain. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there and say thank you very much. You all take care. I'm open today if you want to come down. It's Sunday. Thanks, guys. See you later. Bye.